Alright, and we're back with some more Diablo 2, and we're gonna finish up getting the Staff of Kings and be the best that there ever was. I mean, I already am the best there ever was, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, that cold damage is pretty cool. I actually love the cold damage effect where it just shatters enemies. It's pretty neat. I like it. So cool, our man leveled up. I like when my men level up. It makes me feel good. I'm not really a fan of this area, so we gotta go to, what's it called? Claw Viper Temple. This kind of triggers a mini quest, I think. I'm not really sure. I can't remember ever. I just hate Act 2. That's all there is to it. I'm trying to get through this as quickly as I can for your sake and mine. I just can't stand it. I'm probably gonna level up to 20 before we get to the end of Act 2. That would be pretty cool, because I actually would like that. Oh, that mana leech was doing me a really, really good job earlier. I kind of want to just switch back to that. That's not very good. I can't use that. Of course you can't. You're Razan. You're the man, but you don't know how to use magic, man. Anyways. So, the Claw Viper Temple's a little bit shitty. So the snakes in that area have a really nasty effect where they can knock you back, and I absolutely can't stand it. Yes, yes, yes. Thank God I found this quickly. The Lost City connects to the Claw Viper Temple, and there's a... I do know this much. There's a waypoint in these areas, so I can actually make use of this. That's pretty dope. Yeah, so the Claw Vipers say, hey, we're turning the lights off, so fuck you. Oh, that's scary. Every time there's a curse, I get, like, kind of nervous. Curses like that, or amp damage, can be just a devastating death blow in, like, higher difficulties. Because you'll think you're all tanky and cool, then all of a sudden something just, like, whacks you and you're farming meth, and then you just go, oh shit, and then there goes all your health. I think... I don't really care about the waypoint, because this dungeon's actually pretty short. I think it's only 2 layers in the next area, and bitchin', we leveled up. I want to put points into Dex. It would be great. And then let's go ahead and put another point in Zeal. I'm probably gonna max Zeal first, and then I'll worry about Sacrifice for plus damage. And that would be pretty nice. It is actually, like I said, a very easy build. There's not a lot to Zealot that really requires a lot of like stat min-maxing like other characters do. You feel ready for battle. I'm always ready for battle. That's my secret. The only problem with Zeal, I guess, is you can get really bored. But I mean, if you're playing a game like this, you already know what you're in for. I'd hope. Oh hell, this is gonna be like that. This is the damn waypoint. There's a dungeon connected next to this waypoint that I just never, ever, ever, ever go into. I hope that it's not up there, like the main dungeon. The dungeon that I'm talking about is over there. The one I'm trying to get to, which is Claw Viper Temple, is, like, it's at the edge of the map, so it's a really small sub-area as well. I do say I like that the, we'll go up there, because why not? It's like a trap door. I don't ever go in this area. Lost City's pretty cool. I like the design of decrepit cities, because it's just kind of familiar. In Oregon, we don't have any, like, mesas and stuff with a lot of abandoned stuff. I always like... I think it's in, like, Nevada. There's that really cool, like, just massive thing made out of... There's, like, just made out of, like, sandstone. And I'm like, that's so fucking cool. Someone had to chisel that out, like, piece by piece and then put all these bricks of sandstone together. It's just fucking cool. I love, like, ruins and stuff like that. I've always been a fan of that, but not like this. I hate Act 2. It's only because it's an isometric and you can't see everything. It really just grinds on you. Oh, that's bullshit. The game actually tried, it looks like, over there to generate the staircase. Or sorry, the pathway. That's actually a really good black metal band I recommend looking up. Pathway. They made, I think most people find them, damn it. I think most people find them by looking up atmospheric black metal. They're one of the first ones that usually comes up. Their album cover I'm referring to is like a skeleton with like an accordion and like a log cabin in this like blizzard. They have songs called like So Sang a Blizzard, Death Song. I think that's actually the name of the album I'm referring to. It's like Pessin Marie, and it's translated from Russian to Death Songs. They're really good. I recommend looking them up. They actually just released a new album, which I haven't listened to yet. They're one of my favorite black metal bands. I don't listen to a lot of black metal, because it's really hard for me to actually find good black metal, because I have a very specific taste. I like gloom or doom metal a lot. Yay, we found the fucking Valley of Snakes, which has no snakes in it ever. So it's kind of a misnomer, I guess. I guess those are snakes, but whatever. I like Batushka. They're my favorite, because it brings you closer to Babushka, and they're just fantastic. No, I actually am serious. They are my favorite. They have like a very unique sound. I like their like style. It's very just badass. It just sounds really good. I know it's not traditional black metal. I'm not stupid, but I don't know. There's something about their sound that is just very good. And no, I'm not referring to the Metal Blade Batushka, the fake Tushka as I call it. I'm referring to real Batushka. That is actually not a hackney douchebag that, like, stole, you know, a fucking dude's work and then tried to sell it in America. I actually haven't looked and seen how that's played out. I don't even know if Batushka released a new album yet. I need to check that out. I really love them. They're just fantastic. I like their first album better than their second one, if I'm being honest. I have heard Hespery, or whatever it's called, Hespery. Hespery's the boss in RuneScape. Yeah, I've heard the one that's by Metal Blade, and I just think it's average, is the only way I can describe it. Like, it's not the worst thing ever, but when you know that it's someone has literally just half-assed someone else's actual work, it starts to really feel shitty, and I don't like that. Like, I don't like the story behind it. I don't think it's great. I hope that they get sued, personally, because that's literally just theft, and it's really shitty. And it's like overseas technicality is why they were able to do that, I'm pretty sure, because Metal Blades is an American company. This is exactly what happens every time you play Melee in this area. Yeah, I think that's really shitty. But Batushka is my favorite black metal band, I guess, and then close second's Bathory, because I'm a fucking stereotype. I mean, Bathory's cool. I like Bathory's sound. It's almost like every album is different. I don't really care for, like, the Viking sub-style of metal very much, because I think it's kind of gimmicky, but I like Bathory because it's just very pure, and obviously they're pretty good. So, I also love the story of Bathory. If you're unfamiliar, it was actually one guy who just made all their music. It's really cool. I like it. And I believe he hired people to go on stage to do the performances and stuff. It's really cool. I like that. How may you help me? That's a good question. How can you help me? That would be really cool, actually. But that's normal attack speed, and I don't want that. Yeah, Batushka's interesting. I quite like them a lot. They're... If you haven't heard them before, they're a old Slavonic black metal band that has, like, a choir section in it, and it's just really pretty. And their dirty vocals are very, very good. I like them a lot. It just sounds very... I hate to, like, be that guy that's like, it sounds evil, that's why I like it, but it sounds evil, and it's pretty fucking cool. But they're all, like, hymns. They're not actually, like, about Satan or anything, but they're amazingly juxtaposing to listen to. That's why I like them. They're just really good. I like them a lot. I saw them not in person, but I did see the live performance of Hellfest 2018 or 17. I can't remember what. That's actually what got me into looking at them. And yeah, I like them ever since. I quite like them a lot. They have a very good stage presence too. They're pretty... If you put it aside that it looks like kind of gimmicky sometimes, they're just a really impressive band, and they're what I like. in terms of like the black metal experience. I'm not a fan of sad golem, as I call it, black metal, because I just don't like it. To me, it just sounds really shitty sometimes. I've heard other ones, like, I watched a documentary on black metal a couple of years ago. I don't really like black metal that much. It's kind of like emo. I really don't like emo music. Black metal is like the emo of death metal, I guess, is the only way I can describe it. There is differences, like chord progression, like instrumentation style. Like, it is very different to like death metal. I do prefer death metal more because I like thrash. It's just, I love my songs about fucking beating the shit out of people with a sledgehammer because I'm an adult and I can do that now. Not that actual thing, but, you know. I love just, I call it elevator music. I try to describe that to people that are unfamiliar with metal. I'm like, you know, I really would describe, to me, death metal is like the... Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Well, I already have one. I don't need it. Actually, yeah, I'll take that back, because it's Razan, my man, what's going on? Oh no, he's stuck. Oh well. He'll be fine. He'll get over it. I don't know, I pitch, like, death metal as a elevator music style to me, because I can just turn it on. I don't have to think about anything, because it's usually not very emotionally engaging. But I love black metal because it is, when it's done correctly, it does have a very nihilistic sound to it. It's hard to recommend to people. I mean, it is gimmicky. A lot of people make fun of it because of the corpse paint stereotype and, like, the bad vocals, but as someone who can sing black metal, and I'm not gonna do it on here because, Jesus Christ, my mic is not set up for that right now. It's actually set up just to be very close to me. If I did, like, a full-on, like, 40-second black metal scream, I'm pretty sure you'd, first of all, go, ow, my fucking ears, and then you'd go, that was pretty cool, I guess. I don't need to prove it that I can do it. I really hate when people are like, oh, fucking do it. It's, as someone who's been singing since they were, like, 14, I really don't think I need to prove that I can do that. And I don't mean, like, I can only sing metal. I've actually been singing for a very long time. And, it's all about, like, control. I actually learned how to sing, like, those really heavy metal, like, vocals and stuff, because when I had, like, this really awful, like, issue with my throat, because I had sucked too many dicks, apparently, in my youth, I got, like... Oh, there it goes. It's already starting to degrade. You gotta be shitting me. If you're just now tuning in, I had a ethereal weapon that I knew was gonna fucking shit out on me eventually here. I actually, like, screwed up my voice really bad because I was constantly throwing up stomach acid. I was really in a bad place, and I learned to pitch my voice because I had to work around dealing with that. So let's go ahead and get our other weapon while I'm thinking about it before this inevitably breaks on me, and it makes me really angry. So, you will be missed. Really not that impressive sword. But, yeah, it was really shitty, and I had, like I could speak, but it was just, I had a lot of damage on my voice, so I really couldn't do a lot. That's not bad. I'm actually gonna keep that magic find for, like, a low-tier character. I'll put these in, like, shared items later, but, yeah, it was really... It's not as easy as you think. You don't just yell. I always tell people, actually yelling as just a straight-up vocal is actually incredibly difficult. So is singing very high, like a high register. But it's all just... It's like trying to explain to somebody how to create, like, music or how to write better. It's just something you have to do. It sounds stupid, I know, but it's just the truth. But, yeah, anybody can just scream, like a... like that, like, nasally kind of... You have to push it out your nose, kind of, when you're doing it, like that really high-pitched, stereotypical black metal, or even like a Chris Barnes style, like the bleeding yell, like his, like it sounds like a dying animal almost. Like, that's actually really easy to do, but doing it too hard, you're gonna throw your voice out. If you do it too low, it's not gonna sound right. It's something that just takes a lot of practice to do correctly. And this is the other thing, is I always love when people are like, oh, fucking metal vocals are easy. It's like, okay, sure, you can yell, right? Oh, cool, yeah, anybody can do that. Now form syntax to everything you're saying, and then do it while breathing at the same time, and moving around probably, or whatever, or standing still, and then do it for an hour straight, and then tell me it's easy, because it's very much not. Having good vocal control takes years and years and years and years to develop. It's actually very, very hard to learn. That's why vocal coaches exist. My roommate actually has taught vocal stuff as well. So it's like, it's not something you just, you know, pick up one day and go, I'm gonna do the singing. It's not like that. It's just like, people, in my experience, in terms of being a musician, and you can grumble all you want, but yeah, I'm actually a musician. But,
This surely is the product of a twisted mind.
Twisted mind. I'm gonna go this way and pray I don't die. Yeah, music and stuff is really hard to learn, but it's really even harder to learn if you have no ambition. Like, I've seen a lot of people that actually just, they say, oh, I'm gonna buy a guitar, and then I'm like, you're not a musician, don't buy it. You're gonna use it as a decoration after, like, 2 days, and then it's just a waste of a life. It's just stupid. I don't get it. To me, it's just odd. I get why people do it, because it makes them look like they have something cool in their personality or their Facebook profile picture, but for the rest of us that are actually gifted with music and stuff, it's really, really fucking insulting. So, I mean, you can say, oh, that's gatekeeping. Yeah, it's not gatekeeping, it's just called the way it works. It's really annoying to me that people, they just try to accrue skills to look cool, and it really bugs me. Like, I've always been interested in music, so therefore I was naturally drawn into making music and, like, absorbing all different kinds of it. I'm going to die if I don't move. That's one drawback, by the way, of playing as Zealot. You get stuck in animations if you're not careful. So you have to be very careful about that when you can't just go ham all the time. It looks like I can, but you're starting to see why not everything is the way you think it is. But yeah, it's just really insulting to me. When people are like, oh, I'm gonna buy a thing so I can look like I have a personality, I'm so cool. And then you say, okay, can you play? And then they say, oh, I've learned like 350 songs, ugh. And they just know like 2 riffs, and they've never actually learned the rest of it. Or they've never actually tried to write music themselves. That's another thing that really bugs me, because I don't have anything against people like covering stuff. Hell, I actually have videos of covers I've done. I'm very young in those videos, by the way, so it's really funny. But, yeah, you can... I don't have anything against that. I have a thing against people that are just like, oh, I'm the best, because I can play Through the Fire and the Flames. Jesus. I can play Through the Fire and Flames on bass as well, but it takes a lot... I had to practice it a lot to do it. It's not, like, impossible. I mean, it's difficult, yes, but it's not impossible. I always say... if you want to learn how to play bass, just learn what you want to learn first, and then make your own stuff. Making your own stuff as a musician is probably one of the most important things you need to learn how to do. That's why I'm very against fan fiction, even though I'm a writer, because it can develop very, very... It's not bad to do once or twice, sure, but it's not the same as professional writing, like publishing a book. And for people like me who want to be a published author through a publishing house and not like Facebook fucking or Amazon, it's actually just like a trophy or a point of pride. So that's why a lot of us, like in those circles, generally view it as, oh, you just write fan fiction, or oh, you just write romance novels. I get really tired of modern society bitching about people having inclusivity standards and calling it gatekeeping. It's really irritating to me. Ooh, that's really good. Nice. Like, those standards exist so people don't come in and fuck up the community. That's 100% why they are the way they are. As someone of the metal community, it's like, yeah, I mean, you should probably not wear a shirt of a band that you're unfamiliar with, because it's just kind of insulting. Like, it just makes you look really stupid, I guess. Like, oh, I love Nirvana, yeah, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and then, like, they don't know anything about the band. It's really fucking annoying, I guess, but to each their own. I could do with one less watered-down excuse, though, so... Ooh, look at me, I'm being I'm being suave. Ah, god damn it, this is a dead end. Son of a bitch. So this is the other reason I hate Act 2 so much. This is the exact problem that happens. These are all random, so that's just one dungeon branch done that I don't... fucking hell. I hate that. I really do. It's very, very, very annoying. But anyways, yeah, that's... To me, it's like, I don't know, as someone who listens to heavy metal, I don't care if someone's quote-unquote metal or not. That's irrelevant. It just drives me up a wall when someone says, like, you're listening to, I don't know, Pantera, and they say, oh, is this Metallica? It's just, it's kind of annoying. Or they just assume everything's Metallica. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not even... They don't even sound the same. It's just...
I can't.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't even. I don't know, it just bugs me. On like a very small primal level that really shouldn't bug me, but it does. I can't explain it. It's one of those things that you have to experience, I suppose. People always assume that, like, people in the metal community are really rude and shit, and I'm like, no, they're just generally not very, like, caring about, like, smaller, like, social quibbles and stuff, and they don't tend to get involved in those kinds of things. At least the ones I know, and the metal community as a whole. It's like, I remember there was this, like, comment on,
Allow me to advise you.
yeah, advise me. Do it. Advise me, daddy. But yeah, there was, like, this comment, it was, like, 3 or 4 years ago, and they were saying how, gosh, metal is so political now, and I'm like, metal has always been political, you fucking idiot. It stems from, like, punk rock, which is, like, 100% one of the pioneers of, like, social justice society and stuff, so I don't know why people are just, like, shocked that these things exist, but it's nice that, like, people go, oh, yeah, heavy metal's interesting again. It's like, yeah, we kind of already knew this. Like, I've listened to Body Count for years, and people are like, oh, wow, the world's shitty. I'm like, we kind of knew this already. It's one of those things that we just kind of go, yeah, sure. Like, anybody that's above the age of, like, 20, like, I'd say just about, like, 25 to 30, we're old enough to know that, like, not everything in the metal community was acceptable. I've described in the past, in my Jedi Outcast series, about how when I was younger, there was actually a lot of bans on certain CDs in schools. Like, you couldn't have a Manson CD. If you had a Manson CD or, like, an Eminem CD or whatever, they'd actually confiscate it and you'd be in trouble. They'd, like, call your parents and say you're trying to be a bad person. Like, it's not the same, of course, as, like, racial inequality, obviously, but it's one of those things that I've actually had to deal with growing up in, like, the environment I did. And it's always just like, oh, shit, I sold my keys, that's right. It's one of those things that always just bugs me, because I'm like, yeah, we've kind of already experienced this before a lot of people knew about it. Like, I remember a friend was, like, confused how I knew so much about, like, travesties and war crimes and stuff. I'm like, dude, it's like 90% of it's all from, like, punk rock. That's, like, the only reason I know about a lot of shit, like, without external research. Like, I wouldn't know who the hell Elizabeth Bathory was if it wasn't for the band Bathory and the song Elizabeth by, Ghost, so... Metal is and, like, fucking Iron Maiden is, like, 90%, like, history and, like, 10%, like, fantasy. So, I don't know, when people are like, oh, what's there to learn from yelling and stuff? And I'm like, there's a lot. This is, 3 to life. It's tempting. And all res plus 10. It is technically a paladin item. All reses... You know, I'll take it. I'm okay with this. We'll put this in the offhand just in case. But yeah, it always bugs me when people are like, oh, fucking metal's so political now. It's like, it's always been political, you noodle. If you want to listen to just garbage, that's totally fine. No one cares what you listen to except you. I don't know why people are so fucking concerned about, like, when someone's like, oh, I don't like this. Well, why the fuck should you care what another person likes and dislikes? You're not them. That's what always gets me the most. It's like when... There's like, subsections of people in, like, metal communities, I should say. You know, it's just communities, because it's not just one group. They're like, oh, you like this, that, the other, you can't like this. That shit really gets on my nerves, because I'm like, we're all really inclusive people. I don't know why you're trying to be a dick. That's really annoying. Like, you like, White Snake. There's something wrong with you. I love White Snake. I love fucking glam metal and shit. It's great. Like, you can't like fucking something that's pop rocky or whatever, because it's not true metal. It's actually, you see that a lot in the black metal community, where it's like, oh, that's not true cult. It's like, you only say true cult because it sounds like the word cult, because it means group or whatever in like Slavic or whatever fucking Finnish language, I can't remember. It's like, I don't understand that. I'm like, why in the hell would you want to exclude more? But those groups are very small, and they're not very large usually when they're doing that kind of inclusivity thing, so I don't associate with any fandom in particular. That's why I avoid it, because it's not even toxic. I hate that the word toxic gets used in terms of like just as a general umbrella word nowadays all the time, and I'm like, there's a difference between something being toxic and something being legitimately negative. And it's like saying, oh, so-and-so community's toxic. It's like, well, explain how, and how is it toxic? It's just saying toxic is just so fucking annoying. If you want to hear toxic so much, just listen to Britney Spears, ha 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 ha. But it's so frustrating, like, oh, Rust is toxic because people kill each other. That's the point of the game. Or, oh, Ark servers are toxic because people, like, bully you. We'll bully them back. Fucking, it's video games. RuneScape's toxic because the players tell you to get good and that you're a shitty person because you use, like, torture versus fury or whatever. Like, it's like, that's not toxic. That's just people being dicks. That's in every community of everything I've ever seen ever. I get so tired of people complaining about everything. Oh, Diablo 2 is toxic. How? Because people... Oh, I missed a rune. That's bullshit. Like, because people use Enigma that don't use Enigma are bad. It's like, every character has to get... Ah, damn it, that's a second branch. That's so frustrating. Like, people that use fucking Principle or Scrubs, Chains of fucking whatever is better. Well, it's like, no shit, but that takes ages to get to, fam. Like, that's not toxicity, that's just part of a community having opinions on things. It's good to have dissenting opinions to make your own feel better. God, I'm so smart, right? But I don't know, I can't stand when people are like, oh, I don't want to join it, it's toxic. Everything's toxic, everything has negativity, that's just the way that the world works. If you can't handle things being negative, that shows something about you, not that community itself. I don't even like to even go there with people like that, because I'm like, no, because as soon as I start saying it, it's just gonna get like, you have different opinions. How fucking dare you? I can't stand that. Or you're not with us, you're against us. I hate that mentality. That's really why I don't associate with... That's why I don't use Discord, if I'm being honest, because a lot of Discord is just small, toxic, shitty communities that have become insular. And I've seen it in person, I've seen it enough times, I've read about it enough times, I just know that from, like, a objective standpoint, it's true. Like, it's why I don't use social media, it's why I don't use Facebook, I don't use Twitter, I don't use any of that shit. And I hate when people are like, oh, you don't use Twitter, well, you should use Twitter. Well, how about I don't want to? I don't have to use Twitter because you like Twitter. Fucking, you don't have to eat tofu. I like tofu. Why don't you like tofu? What the hell's wrong with you, right? Like, I just don't get it. It just blows my mind that people will get, like, butthurt because someone doesn't agree with their opinion, and then they can block you and do whatever. I mean, I have the ability to do that with, like, comments and stuff, but I don't, because it's like, if you're being a douche, that's different than, like, someone having a different opinion than yours is fine. I recently had it was a comment I made in a Loudwire video, like, what, 5 years ago, and, like, the whole community of that, like, fucking video was, like, upvoting it, but then they're like, I think one of them was, I had respect for you until you said, my knife, and then, like, a sad, frowny face, because I carried a box knife with me to a concert, because I came out of the concert straight from work, and I had a box knife with me at work all the time. I'm like, that's not very... Whoa. Ooh. It's tempting. Let's just give that to our boy Razan and just kind of let's give him an upgrade. Yeah. That's like when people find out I hate Final Fantasy and shit. I'm like, oh no, my opinion has destroyed your worldview. That's like if someone says to me, I hate Korn, they're the worst band ever. I just say, alright. Like, that doesn't affect me. Like, you're not gonna change my opinion on something or whatever, but oh, the knife thing, that's what it was. I'm like thinking, dude, people are freaking out over like, who fucking brings a knife to a concert? Like, oh, one of them was like Primus fans or like the most chill people ever. And then I actually put a comment up saying, in Oregon we have a huge meth problem, and I've also been to concerts locally where people were like on drugs, high, or angry, and they try to fight people. So having at least some basic form of protection in like a pocket knife, not a machete, obviously, that's not really bad. That's a pretty bad charm, though. Oh, fucking hell, it's this asshole of a area. This is the one part of the dungeon I absolutely cannot stand. It's like, man, it's like saying carrying bear spray because, like, okay, I don't think you can actually carry bear spray in Oregon on you as an open carry sort of thing. Because that's a dangerous thing, and you shouldn't do that. You're allowed, like, various levels of, like, pepper spray, because it can blind people. Like, are you gonna get mad at someone for going to, like, Walmart and having pepper spray on them? Yeah, that's like, really, dude, who gives a shit? Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I carried a knife on me because I went from work to a concert. That's just because I'm not gonna go all the way and drive 40 minutes to and from all the way to the concert to just drop off a fucking pocket knife. No, that's dumb. I don't even mind having, like, a pocket knife, because most people have pocket knives, whether or not they have a profession that requires breaking down boxes. This is another point. Have you ever tried to break down, like, 100-something boxes without a knife? It's really shitty, and it sucks. And I also used to be a survivalist, so I'm used to carrying shit like that. Please don't be a dead end. Please don't. Oh my god. It's gonna be one of those fucking... Ugh. Everything about this specific segment is awful. It just blows my mind how some people react to such things like, you have a knife, therefore you're a bad person. That's just... If you're carrying it, listen, if you're carrying a steak knife into a concert, or, like, I don't know, a fucking butcher knife, yeah, you probably have something wrong with you. Carrying a pocket knife on you is not bad. And the whole story is funny because my dad got, like, I actually got patted down. I think I had my knife in my shoe or something, because I was like, no, I don't trust going into a place with a bunch of drunk, crazy people. Because, like I said, those of you who don't live in Oregon, you don't know how truly dangerous and hostile a lot of the people out here can be. I don't carry a gun because that's pointless, and I'm not, you know, 3 years old, so I don't do that. But, like, we have, like, a massive meth problem in Oregon, and it's incredibly dangerous. If you've never been around somebody on meth, have fun figuring that out for the first time. Yes, thank God. Yes, meth, thank God. That's pretty dangerous, man. I mean, that's like getting mad at somebody for wearing, like... Oh, Jesus.
Rest in peace, tortured soul.
Tortured soul. I don't know, man. If you're gonna get mad at somebody for carrying a fucking less than an inch and something box knife at the time, that's really petty. Alright, cool. Now we can go Canyon of the Magi. Like, that's just dumb. Why the hell would you even take the time out of assuming that? I guarantee you... Ooh, this might be good. 8? Jesus. Okay, that's a very good find. Wow. 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 Okay, that's incredible. 21 to maximum damage based on sea level. Just in general, more damage. AR and undead damage. Not bad. That's a pretty good find. I'm very happy with that. I don't know. I don't care. I don't think open carry is a huge deal. I just don't. I don't do it. But I think it should only be permitted to, like, fucking handguns. But oh no, a dissenting opinion. I'm the worst person ever. You should not care what other people think of when it comes to their own opinions. As long as they're not becoming psychotically hostile towards you, then you really don't need to worry about what other people's opinions really are. I think the moment you stop worrying about other people's opinions of you as a person, the better your life really becomes. What a nihilist, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and kill Duriel and get this shit over with, because I hate Act 2. I really don't like Act 2. Have I mentioned this enough? So, ooh, look at that damage. Oh, hell yes. That is... Oh, that's a good feeling. That makes me feel good in ways that I know it shouldn't. Yeah. Act 2 is pretty awful, so I'm happy to end it pretty quickly. I don't know, I'm still like... I still can't believe someone would get mad or like instantly assume that someone's a bad... My dad had someone offer him acid in the bathroom at that concert, and he was like, I don't know, fucking some guy offered me acid, it was uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. The concert was in Jacksonville, which isn't very bad. Like, it's actually a fairly good part of Oregon, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's wrong to carry a fucking pocket knife. That's... As long as you're not trying to assault people with it, that's another thing, too. Like, you can't just... Those of you who are unfamiliar with how this works, you cannot just brandish a weapon at someone. That's actually a crime. And you can't just be like, oh, fuck you, I'm gonna fight you. That doesn't work that way. That's not... That's a good way to get your ass kicked or put in jail. So don't do that. Yeah, that's... And even then, you're still, like, really running squishy things. Like... What if you cut somebody and they say it was an attempt on their life, and then you're in some deep shit? It's just be careful. That's all there is to it. There's no beating around the bush that the world's not a safe place. I mean, if you're gonna sit there and say it is, I feel so sorry for the people that think that way. The world's pretty damn dangerous, and I mean, where I work, we had like a homeless encampment fucking just building up. Like, outside of our work, and we were getting complaints about it constantly. We were finding fucking heroin needles and shit all over the place, and just weird people wandering around and in and out of our area. Like, yeah, it's dangerous. It brings in a lot of bad people. So, I mean, the world's a pretty unsafe place. You just gotta kind of find your way in it and not get killed. Like this dungeon. I really should not be where I'm standing. That's a very dangerous area. I'm kind of glad I actually got knocked back there. So... Duriel is a piece of shit. Oh god, this could kill me in one hit if I'm not careful. Or I could kill him in one hit. That is a fantastic feeling. Ooh, what's this? What's the damage on this showing right now? 229. Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm gonna swap that out for that shit. Yeah, I don't know. The world's just pretty dangerous. You just kinda gotta adapt to it. I don't like when people live in that bubble of, like, everything is fine, everything is wonderful, and it's not because I'm a heavy metal fan, it's not because I'm a nihilist at the bottom of my heart, it's just really unhealthy. I don't understand how people like that can live life comfortably. It just seems very unhealthy to me. But I also don't like to focus solely on issues, because then when you're just focusing on issues, you're not really any better. It's just... It becomes really irrelevant, and it shows your personality problems, I guess. Like, I've had people assume I was paranoid before, and I'm like, well, shit, I've been through a lot in life. I'm not paranoid. If I was paranoid, you'd know. Like, oh, they're fucking gonna get me. I must wear my tinfoil helmet, and no, that's paranoia. Me being concerned about something is not paranoia. Also, if someone ever says that to you, just tell them to fuck off. That's the only thing you can really do. I really don't like when people try to tell you what to feel, what to think. I mean, you see, that's how you can tell I'm a true fan of heavy metal, and I'm a true person behind it. It's not my one personality, because that's the problem, is when people go and they start yelling about shit like causes that'll eventually end, when they're left at the end of the day with who they are, they might be the most boring, dry, miserable person you've ever met. So... For me, I'm more than just music, I'm more than just art, I'm more than just video games, I'm still me at the end of the day. That's how I know I'm comfortable with who I am. Don't dissociate with a group only and just... I can't stand when people get, like, so butthurt about, like, oh, this offends my group instead of me personally. It really shouldn't... I mean, there is obviously caveats to that. But it's like, if something's offensive to you personally, then it really should be addressed. If something's offensive to, like, your parents, stand up for your parents or your girlfriend or whatever, but I don't know, man. Just pick your battles. Don't just start shit for the sake of starting shit. I can't stand when people do that. So, speaking of shit I can't stand, oh boy, we get to fight Duriel. He's the best. Yes, he's my favorite. Oh boy, this is gonna be a time. That's a really bad jewel, but you know, I'll keep it because sentimental, right? Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of prepping to kill Duriel here because this is gonna be an absolute nightmare if I'm not careful. So, Duriel is awful. That should be pretty obvious, I would hope. I should... First of all, make sure you're stocked up. That's the obvious thing. So, I don't think I've actually shown killing Duriel on this channel at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that in there. I need to move this cable. There we go, that's better. It kept cutting my audio in and out on my end, and it's really annoying. Alright. So. Actually, we need... Lysander.
Good day.
Ah, what the hell? How the hell are you? That's like my favorite thing he says. So. Let's bulk up on... 6. I'm gonna go back and forth. You only have to really do this your first time fighting Duriel, personally. After this, it's not a big deal, but Duriel is a big roadblock for a lot of characters. With good reason. He's generally very awful. Okay, so I don't think he can poison you. I might be overkilling on poison or antidote, but at the same time, it's good to be concerned. Actually, let's shove this in there while I'm thinking about it. There. So that's pretty much done. I don't have to think about it. And we need to get cold res. I don't know. I always forget Lysander's here. Now I feel bad. I think 6 should be enough. And I really just do not want to die. Like I say, the first time you die is the first time you start to just go downhill. So I'm trying not to do that. And how many potions did I buy? 3, 4, 6. Okay, so I need to buy 6 more. Okay, so we're gonna just put these in a big pile. Actually, let's put these over here. Carefully not clicking into Duriel's area. And actually, I'll pick... What did I just drink? Oh, okay. Not a big deal. And... I don't want all these in my inventory. I want to pick up the healing pots. There we go. I think there's one more creeping around here. Whatever, it's fine. And let's put... Yeah, I think I've got them all in order now. I'll put the healing pots over here. I'll buy 6 of those, and... That's probably a bad place for my portal, but oh well. Well, no, it won't be. It'll be fine. I think I should be okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm gonna stack stamina, poison, and cold res, because, my god, you do not want to die. Put your portal outside of Duriel's area. Don't put it in where he's at. It's a very dangerous idea. Oh boy. I always get so nervous at this. This is the scariest part to me of any game. Okay. And let's just quaff all these. I just want as much stamina and as much res as I can. I'm about to be pretty quick in here. That's what makes me nervous, too. It's been a while since I've done this. Alright, here we go. I don't want to die. Fingers crossed. Oh, Jesus, that cold. Oh, shit, that's right. I can have him aura me. That's right. And he can knock me back if I'm too spammy. No, Razan! No, Razan's dead! You killed Razan. I hate you. Oh shit, this is where it gets scary. Okay, that was pretty okay. Oh, there's so much shaking. Oh, there's too much shaking. All the bacon. Okay. Amulet, helm, and a scythe. That's pretty good considering it's Duriel. I'm not gonna complain. That was actually pretty good. That can't be too bad, that's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so we got to talk to Duriel. He's gonna be like, hey, yo, my man. Now we gotta talk to Jaren.
Destroying all the prime evils.
Yeah, destroying all the prime evils is pretty important, I know. Yeah, that was scary, but I did pretty well. I'm not gonna say I did bad. Jaren!
You have done very well.
Good. And now we gotta go talk to Meshif, and we can go all the way to Act 3. Wow, I've covered a lot of topics in this little 40-minute time span. I'm just so angry. Okay. Okay.
Greetings. Jaren tells me.
Jaren tells me? Why couldn't you just do that to start with, you ass? Greetings. Khajiita's coin if you have wares. I know, I got it backwards. It's a funny joke. Let's see what I can get.
I've not
Set foot in glorious Kurast in many years. Okay, so that's pretty bad. Actually, where the hell... Can I give him a scythe? I don't think they can use scythes. I'm 90% certain that they can't.
Greetings here.
Greetings, hero. So, it's funny because Natalia over here is actually a assassin before they were released. I'm pretty sure that Blizzard had that in mind. I love Act 3. It's my favorite part of the whole game. And then Fralti, welcome to Kurast. Yes, yes. All the Rost. And Ormus is the baller. He speaks in the third person. He's just so cool. And then, of course, this is where you're...
Hello there.
Hello there.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, do this. Okay, can he use this? I don't think he can.
Put that to good
Oh, he can, wow. So that's actually not terrible. Poison damage is pretty good for him. 8 to 20, though.
Put that to good use. Put that to good use. Put that to good use.
Yeah, alright. The scythe's not very good. Oh, Berserker headgear. Cool. That's really shitty. I'm sad now, because I thought that was going to be good. Let's see if that's better than what he's got. 13 defense to 32.
That to good use.
Yeah, go be happy. And the amulet, really? Fucking really? Oh, of course, it's something that's not funny. I'm tempted to save that for an early game character, but that's angry. I'm not happy about that. Okay, that's... whatever, man. I'm a little butthurt, if you couldn't tell. Because I would say that's really good for a sorceress right now. If I twinked a sorceress right now alongside this character, that would be really good. That's why I'm going to save it. But yeah, that looks like pretty much all of Act 2 is done. I'm very happy with how that actually worked. I did pretty well on Duriel, all things considered. So, yeah, I'm going to call it a session here, and see you in the next one.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
Bye. Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Come on. This is yours. Bye. Goodbye.
I have way too much fun with that.
Oops.
My favorite one.
Oops. Forgive me.
Help! Help me!
Help me!
Help!
Okay, I'm done. I gotta stop doing this.